Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wings, and here we are with another project for Magic Monday. This is week 9. What we're going to do, I have my little package of scraps here. I have some doilies and some lace, and what we're going to make is this cute little tearaway paper book, and it's going to be able to go in our journal. We're going to fold it back like this, and then we have all of this blank paper in here, various kinds, various colors, various shapes, just scrap pieces of paper. Then we sewed at the top and made a little notebook. Now this is intended to be glued down on the back and glued down to your page. I have one in, let's see about this. I have one somewhere in this little book, if I can find it, right here. This is this one, and it just has little pieces of paper in here, and it's been glued down. So you can use it however you choose to use it in your journal. That is entirely up to you. But we're going to make one today. So most of our journals tend to be about 6 by 9. So I have a little piece here that this is some Tim Holt paper that I've had forever. I've made several journals with this paper. And this was a piece that had a piece here, a piece here, a piece here, a piece here. And I cut them apart. And I'm going to use this as the front of our little book, because I think it fits the kind of the feel of our journal. So we don't want it in our journal. Our pages tend to be anywhere from 5 to 5.5 pages. So we don't want it to be more than 5 inches wide, or it's not going to fit in our book very good. So we're going to look at it here, and I'm going to tear this side first because I want to tear it. We'll put that in our little nubbin bucket, and we're going to put that right here, and here is 5 inches. So I'm going to tear it just maybe 4 3/4 right there. So we'll just tear it down there. No seams, no measuring, no whatever. You use what you have. And if you have a piece already torn, then by all means use that as well. Now, this little piece was a 6 by 6, so we're going to tear off a little bit at the top, and that wasn't very straight. A little bit at the bottom. Try to make this bottom a little straighter. There we go. And we can even that up just a little bit somehow. There we go. That's a little better. So that's going to be our cover. So all of our pages need to be, you know, about that size. You could have them hang over if you want to. You can make your cover a little smaller and have your papers hang over a little bit more, and that's perfectly okay too. So right now our page is about right at 4.5. So we're going to work on that premise for right now. Now, before we get started, I'm going to, if I can find it, here it is, ink the edges of our front. So now I'm not going to ink all the pages inside. I'm only going to ink the pages, the front page around the front. And the main reason that I'm doing that is because this paper is white on the inside, and so that's a little white border around it, and I don't think it will show up as well in our little journal. So I want to ink these sides a little bit. You don't have to do that. It does kind of bother me though that is so crooked for the front, so I'm going to kind of try to even that up just a little bit. That's a little better. And I still sometimes have a hard time with this junk journal thing when everything doesn't have to be cut and measured and even and pretty, and Sometimes that plays with my mind, but I'm getting better and I'm working on it. So there we go. There's that. Now then, we've got, oh, I don't know, 15, 20 pages in here. So we're just going to look through here and see what we can find. Now this is a piece that could be torn down a little bit. Let's tear it across the bottom. Tear a little piece up here at the top. And like I said, we're not going to ink all these pages around here. That is unimportant. We just want a little, what we call a little scrappy notebook. And that's going to stick out just a little bit, and that's fine. But it's going to work. Perfect. So, we'll keep this page, put it back in our journal. Here's a little piece of lined paper. It's flat on the back. Can't tell if I used my scissors. I think I'd used my scissors on it. So let's use our scissors on this one. And put that in there. So we'll put that page next. That's a piece of pink lined paper, which is fine. We may use that. There's a small piece. Oh, that's cool. We could use that. Here's a piece that's already kind of messed up a little bit, so let's use that. Here's another piece of coffee dyed paper that we can use. Here's a little piece of lined paper. If you want to make a list, a shopping list, a grocery list or something. And it's covered on the back, so we can use that. Let's see what else we have in here. Okay, here's a little piece of that little stenographer type steno books that are kind of like spirals, but they flip at the top. That's where this came from. So, and I know that I can tell by the edge that I used my tearing ruler. So let's try tearing just a little bit off, because we don't want our edges to just be even and all pretty and all that. So tear off just a little sliver there. And let's see. Let's see if I have another little, here's another little bucket of scraps. Let's see what's in this one. Most of this stuff in here is small. But let's see what we can find in here. Oh, there's a piece of music paper. That would work. Okay, there's a piece of, that's pretty paper. We may have to cut it down a tad, but we can do that. There's another piece of coffee dyed paper. What else do we see in here? Here's just a little piece of rose paper. We could use that. And let's use this piece right here just because it's a little whiter and blank, and so it might work to for a notepad type thing. Okay, so we'll put that one right there. So we have 1, 2, offset that one just a little bit. Here's our music paper. I think we kind of need to even it up a little bit. I don't know what in the world I was doing when I made that, or whatever I made that was left over from. But it sure is wonky. But that's okay. We'll make it work. There's just another little piece. Let's see. Here's a small piece that we can use. There we go. I gotta use up some of my little scraps. I've got quite a little collection here. Here's another piece. This could work. Let's put that edge up here at the top. Let's put our that piece right there. Here's another piece, like I said, another piece of coffee dyed paper. This paper is kind of like handmade paper. It's kind of got some fibers in it. Every now and then you can see these little gold strings in here. That's actually in the paper. And so it makes it a little harder to tear, a little different, but it's pretty. And so we'll put that one right there. How about a pretty piece of this? These were some journal pages that I had bought one of those little dollar journal things at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or somewhere. And I needed it because I was experimenting on redoing, just using the covers and doing my own journal. And so I took these pages out of that to kind of be able to practice a little bit. And then we can put that one right there. We can put this one right here. This one's a little bit longer, so we may put this on the back and use this as our back because it's really pretty. It's got some deep, rich, pretty colors in it. Get this corner off of the edge of it. And then let's go ahead and tear this side just a little bit, just so that it looks the same on all of the edges. Okay, there we go. So let's put this on the back, because it'll be, I'll put it about like that. And put this little piece right here. Wish we had a piece of this that was a little longer. And I thought I had some, but I don't seem to be able to put my hands on it. That's a little dark, I think. Let's see. I have a little piece of vellum in here that would be really pretty, but it wouldn't be very functional. We could use that piece. Alright, so let's see then. In our other, what did I do with that other little bucket of scrap things? Where did I put that? I just had it. You know, it's really kind of strange because I spend half of my time hunting things I just had. And it was in that little basket. So I don't know what I did with it, where I put it. So we'll keep digging through this one. And now I have a piece over here. This is my little Stampin' Up! Mats that I use to ink on. And then I have all this ink on here and kind of scrappy. So that makes, there's my little bucket. I put it down inside there. Good gracious sakes in the morning. Can even this up just a tad. We don't have to be quite so crazy with it. Pull this off right here. And this back side is a little dirtier than the other one, so I think we'll put this one on the front like that. Now let's see if we can find a piece of that. There's one, and it's even a double one. So let's put that in there. Put these two pieces back. And there we go. We've got several little pieces of paper in here. They will fit on our cover. Here we go. That's cute. And then let's get one of those little clippy things. These little things like this, just to hold them all together. Because, okay, we're going to tear that off down at the bottom. Put that piece back in there. And I have, and all I know that lots of you that have been watching my channel for a while know that I love this cotton linen. It's not linen, it's cotton, and it's sort of a loosely woven piece of cotton, and it's been etched and done on the sides to make it ravel, I guess. That's what we call it in the sewing world. And so I wanted to put a little piece of this up here at the top, and I have started becoming adventuresome. I wanted to sew it. So I'm going to step over to the sewing machine, sew this on real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. Now then, excuse me, I just stitched this to the top. I'm going to cut those little strings off. Cut this off here at the edge. And, well, put that one in there. Put these over here. They go in a separate nubbin pile. And then we have our little book here. Now then, on the others, I've put a little snippet down on the bottom because I love little snippets. So, let's see if we can make a snippet to go down here on the bottom in the corner. So, let's see here. This is a pretty big piece, so we could put him on the bottom. And then let's see what we can find in our little snippet box here. I have, that's pretty. That could go on there like that. That would work. A little more hangover would work better, maybe. Maybe a piece of lace. That's cute. Let's cut a little piece of that off. Put that on. I can kind of angle it a little bit so everything's not going the same direction. And let's see what else we can find in our little button of tricks here. And let's see if we put this one over here. Put that one like that. And put this one on top. There we go. I think that would work pretty good. And that doesn't really match. Brown is not brown, is not brown. But we could make a little bow out of this. And you can kind of twist it and make it a little smaller to work with. Of course, that makes it more difficult to work with, but that's okay. We can get it and make us a little bow and put it down here. I don't know, it may make it a little too thick down there in that corner, but that's a cute little bow. And I think that would fit pretty good. So let's glue, find our glue, and let's turn this upside down so we can start. Put a little bit of glue right here because we're going to turn this one this way. A little bit more glue. We're going to turn this one this way. I found something else that might work. Well, stuck to myself. Let's put some here. Put that little piece, and then this little piece can go right up the center. And then I have this little thing here, and I thought, I saw that. How does that look? Does that not look precious? So that's what we're going to do instead of the bow. We'll save the bow for something else. We'll use it for another thing another day. All right, there we go. Put that over at the side. Kind of have to hold it for a minute so that it glues down. That turned out really cute. Really cute. Now, if we wanted to still use the bow, we could put the bow up here and put it. That's an awful lot of brown, but it looks okay. Let's put that up there since we made the bow anyway. And we'll just put it right up here at the top. Hold that down. Hold this down for just a second. I hope y'all are all expecting to have a wonderful week this week. Let me get some glue off of that. We're excited here. Still snow, but that's okay. Now, how cute is that? And we can go ahead and crease this just so that it knows to stay when you hold it up. Crease it right there below our bow and our ribbon, and it will work just fine. Now let's get our book, and we have a new page. Let's see. How does that look on blue? That kind of screams at you, doesn't it? Okay, we've got that one. Might look kind of pretty on that yellow. Kind of a difference there. That looks pretty nice. I kind of like that. All right, let's put it right there then. There we go. Now we're excuse me. We're going to put some glue on the back, and you can see where I stitched it. And I just probably glued 2 pages together, but that's okay. We'll unstick them. Put this down here kind of at an angle. Have it hang out just ever so slightly. Make sure we get it pressed down really good. And we could put another, since that's at the top of that, how about putting another little, oh, I even kind of like the fact that it's all twisted and turned and everything. I think that looks kind of cool. So let's cut this off and put us a little, just a little stream of glue across here, right here, just to hold that down. And we're going to leave it twisted and put it in our glue. How cute is that? Very cute. Okay, we'll cut this off just a little bit in here, so we don't want it to interfere with our seam, our spine. So, and then we can kind of rough it up a little bit so it's kind of tattered on the end, because, you know, in the junk world, we like tattered. So we'll leave that like that. Cut this one off. Tattered this one a little bit. There we go. Kind of. All right. And we have our little journal, our little list making journal in our book. Make sure I didn't glue my back pages together, but they all look pretty good. All right. Awesomeness. Now, if you wanted to, you could put a little piece of, I don't know, washi tape. I don't really know what kind of washi tape, but you could certainly put washi tape on there if you want to. There's a little label. Those are a little big, though. But that would be kind of cute on our little list making thing here. But they're all so long. Apparently I've already used that. So I think those, let's see about using one. Put that back on there in a minute. Let's put some glue on here. Sometimes this washi tape needs, it is self-adhesive and it will stick, but it sometimes doesn't stick forever. And I want it to stick forever. So we're going to put this right down here in this corner. There we go. Let it hang out just a little bit under our tack. How cute. Okay, so there we go. We have Magic Monday week 9 done. So make your own scrap paper. If you know a teacher or somebody like that, have them save your scrap paper for you. That works beautifully. So, all right, there you go. Another page in our journal is done and complete. So I'm off until Wednesday, and we'll see you then. All right, take care. See you next week. Bye-bye.